Let's chat about early reading. Honestly, both as a teacher and an early educational coach, the questions I get asked most revolve around reading. Why is my child not reading? Is my child behind in reading? How do I encourage reading? How do I help them become more confident in their reading? How do I get my child to read more real books and less graphic novels? You get the idea. Lots of reading questions. And while I will not pretend to be the top expert in this at all, I can give you a few things that are tried and true both for me as a mom and as a longtime educator. Number one, your kids need to see you read. Not on your phone or the Kindle or not listening to audiobooks and not reading aloud their children's books before bed. Your kids need to see you read actual physical books for you. For pleasure, for learning, for bettering yourself. Nothing against Kindle or audiobooks or reading aloud. They're great and you can and should utilize them. They're awesome. But it's just not the same as your kids seeing you read a physical book and being able to witness the real time how it's valuable for you. Not just as a chore or a subject in school, but for you. Their first hero, their mentor, their teacher, their role model. How does it bring value to you? Number two, your kids need to know when to read, not just as something they need to check off a to-do list or something they need to do for school, but as a routine part of their day, to build and practice the skills, to place value on it as a family unit, to build excitement and to make it their own. For us, we have a few scheduled reading times throughout our day. We do read alouds at breakfast, whether a child can read or not. We all actually pick a book and read or tell the story of that book before we leave the table. Another thing we do is, of course, we do reading time as part of our academics, as well as read aloud chapter books for every unit. Another thing is in the afternoon, as part of our quiet time, we have read to yourself time, which is where we coffee shop style it, make a special drink, hot cocoa, tea, coffee for me, and we all pull up a book and read, or look at books for my youngest who can't read yet, for a length of time that's timed, and then share what our books are about. And then, of course, we read aloud before bed. I always read a few books for my kids before I tuck them in, but then they have time after I tuck them in for them to use their special reading headlights and read before lights out. And lastly, your kids need to experience reading. And no, I don't mean they just need to pick up a book and get going. I mean they need to develop phonemic awareness. To experience blending sounds and putting those sounds together to form words, they need to know letter sounds and letter teams and phonics rules and expectations and exceptions to those rules. And they need to experience and explore phonemic awareness through their senses and in play and together as a family. I know reading is daunting for a lot of families, and that is valid in so many ways. But I'm also telling you, by living out reading in front of your kids, making reading a daily part of your life, and spending time, even just 5 minutes a day, to create opportunities to build their confidence and building phonemic awareness through hands-on sensory experience, you will transform your child's literary life. As always, I'm here for you to help however I can. Let me know how I can be a resource for you in the comments.